what do you feel the place of Yiddish is within broader culture?
Mm. Broader Jewish culture, or even more broadly?
Either.
In terms of Jewish culture, I mean, I think what's obvious to me is that Yiddish has become a kind of home for people, young people, who are politically left-leaning, and they are kind of identify with a radical past. Not that Yiddish was only spoken by radicals. Of course, all Jews in Eastern Europe at one point spoke Yiddish, no matter their politics. But I think there is this association, and probably it's got to do with a kind of dichotomy, or even a simplistic view of Jewish history, in which, Zionism is associated with Hebrew and kind of diasporic Jewish thought is associated with Yiddish. And so people who kind of associate themselves, a lot of people, I think, young people more and more identify with this notion of Deutschheit in various ways. And so Yiddish is a kind of way into that. It's also a way into a sort of hard secular Jewish culture, with a body of literature that exists, with folklore, with songs. So I think, in broader Jewish culture, it's a way for people to connect with Jewish life and Jewish history in a way that they perhaps haven't before, and a way to give them, some hard Jewish culture, I guess. And that's not to disparage other forms of Jewishness or Jewish life, but it's one way into the sort of broad tapestry. In terms of general life, I mean, in America, what's clear to me is that, Yiddish has kind of penetrated popular culture broadly, at least from an outsider's perspective. I mean, I sit at home and watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I say so often to my wife, how do non-Jews get this humour? Because it's so based in these, even East European Yiddish traditions. But people, they're popular shows, people get the humour still. So I think that's a sign that, that kind of vernacular has entered mainstream popular culture in the US. In Australia, it's, we're a smaller community. We're less sort of publicly prominent. So it's a bit different in Australia to what it is in the US. Then again, people always tell me how funny they think the Survivor episode of Curb is, non-Jews and Jews alike in Australia. So, yeah, people are tapping into it.